Guys, this is Future Chessbait, interrupting the actual Drivecast even before it begins, because I'm slowly going insane. I just found out that I edited some of the Drivecasts in the wrong order, and accidentally talked about a topic twice in a row, a repeat Drivecast, which means that I have to scrap an entire episode of the Drivecast because I talked about the same thing twice, and this episode was actually supposed to come out before the last one, the one where I talk about driving. However, I already put the driving Drivecast up, and I'm not bothered enough to actually reorder all the episodes. All of them are recorded somewhat back-to-back, so it shouldn't really matter too much. Most of these topics are pretty timeless. Anyways, enjoy yourselves. Just wanted to give you that heads up before this starts.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Chessbait Drivecast, your one-stop shop for kind of controversial topics and kind of controversial views, perspectives, stuff like that. Sorry, the reason I botched the intro is because today we're not actually talking about anything controversial. We're talking about the movie Chef. And I almost ran over the curve. I guess you could call it controversial because it has Twitter in it, but let's be honest, yeah, it's kind of controversial. It's not controversial at all. It's just a really fun movie to watch. So, Chef, the one made by Jon Favreau, the one he directs and stars in, it's about this man, Jon Favreau. No, it's about this guy named Jeff. I can't talk. Jeff, who is known to be a cooking prodigy, but after a scathing review, I don't want to really spoil the movie after that. After a scathing review, reflects upon himself and reflects upon how his career path does not align with his best interests. There we go. I don't want to spoil the movie too much. There only is really one spoiler, which kind of seems obvious, but actually, technically there's two. There's one at the end that they just kind of throw at you for no reason. So spoilers that begin with here till the end of the video. So if you don't want spoilers for your Chef, go on to Netflix. Honestly, it's I think it's only like an hour 30 minutes. Maybe it might be even shorter than that. It's a really good watch. So 3, 2, 1 penguins, you know, the whole Schaefer-Ellis joke. Let's go. So I don't know how to describe that movie. When I looked up reviews for it, people said that it reignited their will to like start learning stuff again. Like the whole point of the movie Chef is that Jon Favreau's character. I mean, Jon Favreau himself also learned how to cook during that movie because the story was supposedly based off of some guy who. Did he live in Malibu? Maybe it's just because my brain has too much Iron Man in it. But a guy who worked at a restaurant, didn't really like the vibe, so he bought himself a food truck, and worked his way up back to being really well known. And it's a food truck that people all over the country come for now. It's kind of astounding. It's exactly the story that Chef was. And I wouldn't say it's refreshing, but it just, actually, I take it back, it's very refreshing to see, just to see a movie that doesn't really try to stray from reality. Let's be real here, like Kitchen Nightmares and Iron Chef and all that is great, but more than anything, it's quote-unquote reality. It's a reality TV show, which means, they try to make everything as realistic as possible, but they amp up the drama just for the views. Just for the ratings, it'll be really great. But, Chef takes a really brutally honest approach here. First of all, the whole integration of Twitter thing, for a movie made back in, 2012, 2014, genius. Just genius. Not even a question. The whole story is about, I wouldn't say middle-aged. I don't even know how old Jon Favreau is. Bless that man. But it's about Jon Favreau's character learning to use Twitter. Or in the beginning of the movie, he learned to use Twitter. He threw a few words at the reviewer that gave him a bad review at his restaurant, and a feud starts boiling up because he thought it was a what's it called? A private message. But Twitter, if you tweet someone at someone, then you know how it is. Then It's not private at all because Twitter's social media, and if we know anything about social media is very public. But I like that. They took the joke of boomers not understanding technology and applied it into the movie. Jon Favreau actually knows humor. Seriously, the only reason I'm willing to, what's it called? Let him go. I don't know a better word. The reason I'm willing to kind of let the Lion King 2019 version, 2020 version, I don't even remember anymore. The reason I'm willing to let that slide is because the man just did it for a paycheck. He knew he wouldn't be trying on the movie. He knew that he couldn't care less. So he did it for the money, and that's about it. He's an artist. Even artists got to get money somehow. Even Leonardo DiCaprio, no, even Leonardo da Vinci got his money from the church. Let's be real here. He didn't really care about that stuff all too much. Why am I bringing history into this? No, this is a chef review. So, the whole idea of a boomer not understanding technology. It was really funny, but also really suspenseful at the same time because he sent that text in the middle of the night after genuinely thinking about what he was gonna say, and because that tweet was, not malicious, but so thought through. It seemed so. Everyone knew that it was genuinely. Oh, he's trying to start up a fight. It's kind of funny. Let's see what else is there about Jeff. The whole thing about the marriage thing. I didn't really understand it, and I didn't really like the whole arc. I understand the whole thing with we're gonna get back together and all that. And it really there's the scene where Jeff goes to his wife and start talking about, oh wait, okay, I know you just saw this other dude before me, but are you guys starting to hook up again or something? I want to make sure that even though you're my ex, I still want to know that you're not shagging some other dude. Man, this is not rated PG. Why is my foot itching? I hate this. Oh, it's itching for no reason. I hate this. So what's happening right now is that my foot is itching, but it's itching under the skin. The worst thing is when you're itching under the skin, because no matter how much you scratch, it's not actually going to get rid of the itch. It's just sitting there underneath the skin. Oh god, it's awful. But yeah, back to the point, back to the movie. The montage scene of well, first of all, Jon Favreau's character Jeff learning to get with his son, get better with his son's relationship. Dude, that was class, man. That was class. Because they had such a rough situation. Everything was always about work. And can I make this? No, I can't. Everything he always did when he was hanging out with his son is, let's gather ingredients. Let's go to the specific restaurant to learn about this special menu. Let's learn about this new I don't know, Indonesian. They never talk about Indonesian. The food culture. No, let's just talk about this new food culture. Crap. Let's talk about this new food culture that is sitting in front of us, and we're hanging out together, but not really, because I'm more focused on my work than my own son. And the whole trope has been done before. Everybody knows that. The whole the father's working too hard. He's never hanging out with his son. Heck, Lego Movie did the same thing. I'm kidding. Lego Movie's great. We'll talk about that some other time. But the trope's been done before, and Jon Favreau's not really trying to change the formula or anything. Haha, that's a pun. He's really not trying to change all too much. He's just trying to add a little bit of spice, a little bit of paprika, and make sure that the story just makes sense. Chef is a very simple story, but that's what makes it great. And it kind of parallels really well with the movie itself. Sometimes it's not about the overly complicated. Sometimes it's not about the overly complicated dishes that always get the best marks. And sure, in the beginning of the movie, when he tried to do something that he's already done before, he got a very scathing review for it. But on the other hand, because he learned to go back to his roots, go back to something a little more simple that he's more not familiar with, but something that he's able to manage, something that he's able to work with. That's the whole reason why he's done so well in that taco stand. I feel so weird even just saying out loud. The man works at a food truck. The scene where I don't remember if it was his second-in-law, but it was someone in his how do I say this? In his crew, in his cast. I can't think of words right now. I'm sorry. I just woke up. The sous chef, was it? I don't even remember which character it was. But when he received a call from Jeff and said, "Yo, you're working on a food truck, like for real?" and like laughed it off, but at the same time took it so seriously, and then came to help him. Like, oh, you know, I speak a little bit of Espanol, me hablo Espanol and all that, and he started. So cringy. You know, he started talking to the other dudes about helping him put some gear into the food truck so that way they can get some food. You know, we can start prepping stuff and make sure, oh, this tastes really good. You know, y'all gonna have the best sandwich you've ever had. It's not actually a sandwich. It is a different word, but I don't speak Spanish. Okay, me no hablo, me no comprendo. I don't even know if that's right. That's how little I know. Man, I feel like I just insulted an entire culture. The important part is that, you know, the whole gang, the three of them, the father, the son, and the friend, they're all driving about. They're driving through the country, and the kid is, you know, he's made he's using his dad's account because it's on, you know, the kid's phone, and you know, he starts advertising the food truck, and the two grown-ups start to realize, oh, like this kid, like he's starting to learn how to cook. He's not half bad. Like he's kind of I wouldn't say a good as prodigy as Jon Favreau's character Jeff was, but he's still really good for his age. And you know, they start bonding over, oh, this is a specific kitchen knife, and you're supposed to guard it with your life because this is the most important thing you'll ever have, and such. And I just love that, dude. I just love it. And when the kid proudly says that, oh, I was the one who brought all these people over because your Twitter account's blowing up and people want to start having your food again because people are a fan of you. Like, and you know, the two grown-ups are thinking, oh wow, this kid actually did like something amazing. Like he got an audience for us, and just the synergy of the cast, man. Oh, it's great. It felt kind of funny that Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr. was in the movie because I'm gonna be honest with you, he didn't really seem like he would fit. He didn't seem like he would fit all too well. I didn't really like the character too much just because when Robert Downey Jr. is on the screen, I can only think of Robert Downey Jr. like, you know, the Iron Man type. You know what I'm talking about. But besides that, the entire movie is just an absolute butt from start to finish. It made me want to, you know, start working on my talents as well. Some things that I've dropped over the years because, you know, school and such, and YouTube and such. I still want to try different, how do you say it, different hobbies that I've had before. I mean, sure, cooking is an actual profession / hobby. You get my point. It made me start wanting to do stuff again. And that's what when I read the reviews for Chef, I already told you guys this, I think. You know, it made someone want to, it rekindled someone's fire on wanting to do something again. And it's just magical, dude. It's a great movie. 8 out of 10. And, like, when I say 8 out of 10, I'm not saying, oh, it's only 4 stars. It's not great. Like, I take ratings very seriously, okay? Like, I'm pretty sure I would never, I don't even think I've seen a movie that I'd give a 10 out of 10. Like, maybe Empire, maybe Infinity War, but that's about it. I mean, everybody's talked about those for ages. I gotta go. I'll see you guys next time. Peace? Peace.